Alrighty guys, so let's review alternation of generations and gymnosperms and angiosperms and give some real life examples. So remember, gymnosperms are the ones that have cones, angiosperms are the ones that have flowers, and even though one has cones, one has flowers, they both reproduce with seeds because they're both vascular. Non-vascular plants do not have seeds, but both of these do. So if we were going to draw sort of the life cycle, I'll start with gymnosperms first. Let's say we have an adult pine tree. I'm a great artist. We have an adult pine tree. This would be a sporophyte. And all sporophytes are diploid, meaning they have two copies of the chromosomes inside of their cells. This mature sporophyte would then produce cones, and a lot of pine trees have male and female cones. Actually, excuse me, that's the opposite. This one is female, and the male ones look like the little spiky things with pollen on them. So again, both of these pine cones are still sporophytes. They are diploid. However, this male cone is going to produce little specks of pollen, and those specks of pollen are gametophytes, and they are haploid, meaning that they only have one copy of the chromosomes inside of their cell. And what happens is that this pollen, which is a gametophyte, is going to land on the outside of this cone and fertilize the eggs that are inside the cone. And when those eggs get fertilized, then that gives you a pine cone seed, which kind of looks like that. And again, this pine cone seed, because you just combined this haploid and the little haploids inside of here, this is now a diploid sporophyte as well. And then when, of course, you plant a seed, you go back up to the adult pine tree. Now for an angiosperm, let's say we're starting off with an apple tree. This apple tree is going to produce flowers. That's a really crappy flower, but we're going to pretend it looks nice. Now this flower has a female part and it has male parts. So this flower is considered male and female. Now again, this tree, the flower, these are still going to be sporophytes because they have the diploid cells with the two copies of the chromosomes. Now, the structures in this flower that are producing the pollen and the eggs, the stamen, which is the male part here, and the female part here, they are going to produce the eggs and the pollen, just like on the cone side. And again, the eggs and the pollen, these are gametophytes. And they are haploid again because they only have one copy of the chromosomes. Now, whenever the pollen lands on the female part, it's going to grow down, it's going to fertilize the eggs there, and then that flower will grow a seed. And then this whole flower, depending on the angiosperm, will turn into a fruit. So that's where you get your apples from. And then when you, of course, plant the seed, you go back up to the original tree.